Welcome back to Limbus Company, Canto 6. Last time, it's peak. It's so unbelievably peak. This time we've got more normal-ish shielding fights. I think I'm gonna drop Mariachi Sinclair, just because he really has just been doing literally nothing for these fights. Ooh, new background. We're sending up the stairs, and yeah, this is something in with like a ballroom in Wuthering Heights. Interesting. Otherwise, more of the same here. After you know what just happened in the previous episode, I'm a little bit kind of lost my breath a little bit. It feels like, and I'm not fully sure what to say. But I think that's very logical, right? What is there to say after such a spectacle? God. I do think we need to pull out, like, those apology forms. Like, those meme like, apology forms. I'm sorry for calling Virgilius a fraud type thing. Because so many people called him that, and they're just so wrong, and it's been so obvious the entire time that he is not a fraud, he is in fact a goat. We get so many normal battle theme remixes nowadays. Kind of funny. Goes hard every time, so you know it's the kind of thing that, like, I mean, yeah, it happens a lot, but like, I mean, it's the kind of thing I'm not complaining about. That's right. That's what I'm getting at. It's funny and it's peak. This guy just dies. Nice. Good to see. Unveil with the 3 insight means it's gonna do fairly well. It just gained some like Clash coin power or something with the insight, I think, right? I don't remember for sure exactly what the skill 2 and skill 3 in his get from the insight, but it's pretty beneficial for all of his skills. Skill 1 is just the funniest, right? We clash with Reminds, get some more sanity on you, that's nice. You trigger the counter, yeah. That'll be good. It's just a little bit of a... Well, she's the tank, so she can logically take the counter pretty well. Not that I'm really concerned about it because he got staggered immediately. Yeah. Another case of there wasn't anything to worry about in the first place. Unfortunately, Gluttony guy doesn't die here. Everyone else does, so that's good. For a bunch of attacks. You're on the winning side. I did not mean to say you're able to munch on biscuits or... Okay. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I only finally equipped the announcers last battle. And I've kind of been a little bit too engrossed in what's going on to pay the most attention to the announcers. I probably should. Whittlestone, we don't want to clash with you, though. We want your sanity to go down. Oof. Unfortunate clash loss, that's fine. With a skill 3 though, but I guess her sanity wasn't great. So it checks out. We're pretty much winning the fight no matter what anyways here. We can ignore you this turn pretty easily too, because not too concerned. We'll do that, that should go pretty well. Nice. One down. Unveil. I wouldn't be surprised if this just kills, right? Yeah. I think we were doubling up on that guy. But I think it was with just Father Fausto, right? So it doesn't make too big of a difference. I think if this got all heads, it would have killed, but because we got a tails there, it didn't quite live up to expectations. That's fine though. We'll puddle stomp that guy. Everyone else hit this guy a bit. Dun 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 and dun dun dun. Very menacing music, as it should be, as we're ascending to the top of Wuthering Heights. Probably about to face the Abnas soon, I'd guess. Unless we are still getting an entire dungeon. But, like, it feels improbable at this rate. Unless we're gonna get like a fourth week of this Canto, and honestly, it feels deserved if there is gonna be a dungeon still. Nice. The golden boat. It's just purely a story. We can scroll up a fair bit, though. God. Yeah. That's interesting. We can't actually scroll this way. We have to scroll, like, down and around. Can't just scroll, like, up here. Yeah. Bit of an invisible wall. Story time, though. What exactly are we to talk about the golden bow? So, how are there two golden bows here? I mean, it's a rich family mare, but it's not like they're a corporation or a syndicate. That's a fair enough thing to talk about if we're going to be talking about golden bows. One was acquired by Linton, who spent nearly all of his fortune on it, and... I wonder how he got his hands on the second one. It is possible that there may have been an involvement of a third party that helped Linton and Catherine. Yeah, and Corpse. With what information we gathered from this essay, all evidence seems to point to Director Herman of Encorp being our third party. Oh, is it gonna be the one from... Is it gonna be specifically the Golden Bow from Canto 1? Alright, hiring former ring researchers of all people? That's not something you see every day. You have all been traveling with Heathcliff collecting the golden bows, yes? Yes. Then you must have had to fight so many people in your journey. I suppose every day's been like a battlefield. We've all seen more than enough of our share of battles. Can't say I disagree with that comparison, except we have tasted nothing but victory so far. I see. So, why are you looking for the golden bows? Boredom. Thank you, Ryoshu. Well, maybe it'll lead us to loads of money? Aha! Because that is an act of justice! It's all just a part of our contract. I don't know what they're planning to do with the golden bows, though. So, none of you even know why you are collecting the golden bows. Aren't you scared, Heathcliff? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, no, it makes sense. I think. Well, for a second I thought they had another Hawk Mysterious, but they kind of do. What's going on? I don't know, they look weird. I see it's wrapping around. TM's still not really great with winding staircases. It makes more sense, though. I can see what they're going for. I got confused for a second. No, this is the underside of the stairs here. Because, like, the Hawkma background in Ruin, there were very confusing stairs here. This one, it's an improvement, but it's still kind of confusing to look at, yeah. Why doesn't it keep on, like, going around? Maybe it doesn't keep on going around. I don't know, it looks like it should just keep on going around, but it's angled in such a way where it looks like it's just going to keep on going straight at this point to keep on turning. I'm focusing too much on the stairs. Doing everything the company asks you to do without asking a single question. Do you ever worry about what comes next? Always, absolutely. Nelly, I've always had a singular goal. We all do. Because Clockhead keeps reminding us of our individual goals. So, no, I've never been afraid. I could hear the faint sound of horse hooves echoing from above us. And now I have but one goal. We have to go after that kid. We can't let him take Catherine to the rooftops where the golden bow is. But, isn't it too late now? We are slow, yet he is... the phrase seems so funny. We are slow, yet he is swift. Oh, it doesn't feel like a thing you'd actually say. Virgilius bought us this opportunity. He must have had to sacrifice something of his to get here. He made that decision for our sake. I will not waste this chance. This is the only way to the rooftops, right? Yes. Ugh. I keep sending those dregs after us. What we need isn't the strength to defeat them. What we need is a little time. Faust, I'm asking this out of pure curiosity, but... Do ask. There's gotta be a good reason my head is, of all things, in the shape of... a clock, right? It can be said that its shape was not determined randomly and without intent. As every shape is followed by concepts and symbols adherent to the laws of causality. And the golden bow has powers that I am yet to be aware of. You are not asking a question. You are asking for a confirmation. If that is the case, simply do as you will, as one seeks the stars in the night sky. If I can, I mean my clock or the golden bow, or whichever it is, can turn back time. And what's there to say I can't accelerate it or shorten it? God. Besides, I did not want my Heathcliff to be tied down to his past like the Heathcliff from the other world was. Humble residence? Tigrata, the sloth? Whoa! Do you feel that? We're faster. Fast enough to outrun our enemies. Okay, it pulled up Tigrata, which is sloth. So did we activate sloth mode and give sloth all our enemies up? This is not temporal acceleration, to be precise. It would be more accurate to say we are in a temporal deceleration field that slows everything except us within a certain radius. Whatever it is, we'll catch up to him in no time. Oi, Clockhead. Is this your doing? I think so? The sinners could have complained that this would have been very helpful a while ago, but I had nothing to say to them. Even I didn't know that I had access to that power. I just began to feel the possibility out of nowhere. Everyone I've gone through in my life either ignored me, scorned me, or I simply lost the plot before we even had the chance to build anything. There's always you, Clockhead. What is wrong with you? Why do you still hold any hope for me? You needn't go this far for my sake. The company won't give two about any of this. The other sinners won't either. So why are you trying so hard? I don't deserve any of it. I ain't worth... Because... Erlking... I should look up the pronunciation of that. Erlking... Pronunciation. How to pronounce Erlking? Let's see. Okay.
Erlking.
Erlking? Is it just Erlking?
Erlking.
Erlking.
It is just Erlking. Okay, I didn't know for sure. And there's also a headless horse. Heathcliff, focus! He's getting away! Let's crack on for now. Alright, so Dante can just access sloth mode and create like a sloth radius where everyone around is slowed down. Erlking, fight and story. Yeah, Erlking, it's a fable. I forget the specifics of the fable. 15 turns. Oh boy. You're fixed too. Another big fight, kind of so soon after the funny one. Oh. Stop. I won't let you get away this time. Give my Catherine back, you get. Even if you were to pursue me, even if you were to grab me, it will change nothing. Catherine has already left you. I'm glad Erlking Heathcliff, we've got a proper name for him now. So just Heathcliff question mark, people had different names they'd call him. People call him Altcliff, Bookcliff, stuff like that, right? Mirrorcliff. Now we've got Erlking Heathcliff. Or just Erlking. Also, a distant world is a very funny tagline. That is the most undeniable truth, isn't it? Shovel up the soil and exhume our body for all you want. But this is an immutable truth. Also, this is what Erlking is going to be the name of the ID. Something, is it just gonna be Erlking? I don't know. When we get it, I'm gonna say, there she lies, wearing an ineffable, ethereal smile. He always is. I know. But I'm trying to change it. So shut up and change it. Allow me to relieve you of the struggle. You will suffer, longing for her as much as eternity permits, searching for Catherine, who is long gone from this world, until your heart finds peace. Every strand of despair leads to the same answer. At the end of every path, you will mutter to yourself that once your repentance is complete, you shall lie beside her in that coffin with your cold, still heart. I merely mean to lift the years of that suffering from your shoulders, join the other Heathcliff in their trail of penitence, and I shall grant you the early peace of your heart that you so deserve. Shut off, I don't need your idea of peace. That's not how I want to find my peace. I wonder if he would say the same thing, even with the revelation that all of this is exactly what Catherine wanted. Ooh. Are fighting more minions or him himself? Force have Heathcliff 15 turn limit. Sapling of Light ability, button on the top right. Check the ability to use. Press the confirmation button to activate it. No, that's okay. Similar to the previous one, it seems. I don't want to speak over this. Is it looping? I can't tell. I don't know. I don't really want to speak over it still. It just... Sword, God. That is cool looking. Alright, let's get to this. Fuse Blade of Ruined Mirror Worlds. Alright. Yeah, so now we've unlocked Akuma. Purple skills we set. Effectively, it turns out will not be updated. Okay. Yeah, definitely it's looping. This is the incomplete song. I had a feeling, but that just kind of confirms what it feels like. Let's see what clashes we can win. That's super cool, though. We've got, like, a mechanic we can interact with a little bit more directly now. And I assume we're going to get more as progresses and stuff. But I assume this is just going to be a constant thing we have from now on, which is super interesting. That guy just died. Okay. They're a little weaker than I thought they were, but I didn't actually look at how strong they were, so I guess it happens. Yeah, they're just kind of falling apart. That happens though, right? He just keeps on summoning more though, yeah, that's the thing. Explosive Gloom, he's giving it to his allies too. Okay, let's take a look. When weaker to the corresponding and strongest of affinity, yeah. Similar type thing. When out of the same affinity this unit's effect is defeated, lose it, kill all other allies, and gain deep bereavement next turn. Speed and defense level down. Skill affinities are replaced with the corresponding affinity. Gain skill affinities for the rest of the phrase, like that. So we gotta kill a Josephine here to get rid of Explosive Gloom, which is gonna keep on making us take SP damage when we hit you and when we hit Josephine. Okay, simple enough. We gotta clash you with something decent. Weight of Knowledge is probably good enough. Patches. Yeah, it's going so hard already, and I mean, it might be the full thing, it might just be a short one, but it definitely feels like it's a looping a little earlier than it's supposed to be. They're definitely not showing the full song off yet. I'd be surprised if they did, based on the current, patterns we've been going through so far, right? You're super weak to Gloom, so this Unveil is going to be pretty good for us. Okay. Wasn't good enough to, do too much immediately, but it works. Unfortunately, Weight of Knowledge is a net SP loss just because of how much times we hit with it, and that's fine. We stagger Josephine here. Should be able to kill her next turn, that'll work. Oh, she got unstaggered, that's unfortunate. I guess I should have seen it coming though, right? Fair bit of sinking too. Not that it matters too much, as it's just, SP damage. So that's fine. A little bit of spread on Heathcliff himself. We're focusing the allies a little bit here, just, it seems like the safer option. Down you go. Good ally dice too. And then you've got a turn where there's a little less you can do. Target fixed. Target does not have Explosive Gloom. 5 fire plus 10. Okay, so we've stolen it. I see. Yeah, I'll send us gain it next turn, and protection gets the corresponding affinity. Yeah, 7 Gloom protection. That's pretty good. The Nightmarish Vengeance return. Puddle Stomp good enough? I might body sack that. I should probably just body sack that, I think. For safety. Even if we lose some of these, that's fine. We're super resistant against the Gloom this turn. He's losing Sandy by attacking us, so that's a little bit beneficial for us, right? I have to meet Catherine, and everything that stands in my way will... Oh, his body sack quote has changed! Oh... It's already changed, and we're not even through his Canto yet. And it's probably gonna change again after the Canto then. That's cool, I'm glad I got to see that. Okay, I think we got to stagger you to move on to the next phase, it seems. And yeah, Nightmare's Vengeance. And like 3, honestly, if he gets the Singing and Paralyze off, I'm fairly fine with that, right? And you've got your 3 insight now, so you can just rely on this now, yeah. I'd like to break the evade, but I don't trust myself. I'll let... Oh, I'm gonna try it. Yeah, we could have won that if we got a little lucky, but that's fine. Oh, just summoned the horse for that Nightmarish Vengeance. Okay, we've staggered him. Is he gonna... Are we gonna have a turn to attack him further? I wouldn't be surprised if he's gonna have threshold, so we can't get him too low here. Maybe decently. Looks like he's got a new passive. I don't think so. Still just one passive missing. It might just be new skills or something, right? It happens. Oh. There we go. So we're just gonna attack you a bunch this turn, make the most of that. Weak to gloom, so yeah, stick with a lot of gloom stuff and that should be good. You've got some paralysis, so that the puddle stomp is gonna do a lot. Guaranteed to get at least 3 out of 4 tails, right? Yeah, I got all full 4 tails anyways, that's nice. Okay, next phase I presume. Oh yeah, you summoned a bunch of them. Envy though, so I assume we need to kill Envy then, because it's the corresponding one, right? The Infinite, yeah. So these two we don't care about too much, but we need Linton dead here. Okay, simple enough. He's weak to Envy. We don't have anything too good for Envy on this team, unfortunately. Like, don't get me wrong, we've got some good stuff, of course. But a lot of our really strong attacks are like Sloth and Gloom, right? Can you win? You can win that, sure. You can clash again. So you can clash Linton, sure. We kind of need to focus on clashing you right now, though, unfortunately. Which is kind of bad, because you're going to get a lot of bleed off on us if we attack you a lot. It'll work well enough, though. Don't want to go for any, like, super strong attacks on Erlking right now. I'll just call him Erlking. It'll work well enough. Because Erlking is just going to get a bunch of, like, bleed thorns on us, and we do not want that, right? Probably should have used this in the guy that's weak to Wrath, but oh well. Didn't make that big of a difference. It seems like we were given 2 turns, and then turn 3 is when he's going to start using the scary thing. Okay, we lost that, unfortunate. Unfortunate because Linton's the one we got to deal with, but that's fine. Spread out gaming, get some sanity. We do have a lot of singing on self, though, but we can do a little bit of countering if we want to. And we are fairly close to staggering Erlking right now. You're gonna get a lot of protection here. Although if you get hit a bunch of singing, it's just gonna make you crit instantly, I think. Be the reason why. It is fire. Great knowledge. I kind of want to just pull that in Linton. I really want him to go down a little bit. You can take a hit pretty easily. Yeah, we can ignore you this turn. We gotta redirect a lot of stuff going for you, though, to be safe. You can let one of them hit, though, right? Like, it's fine if we get hit by, like, a fused blade of rune meat, because it's a single coin. It'll look like a little bit of sinking. That's fine. It'll work well enough. We're letting some attacks go through, but I think it'll be for the best to let some attacks go through, right? Should be able to stagger you. Yes, that's nice. And the rest of our attacks should be able to kill him, then. Nice. Get some sanity back, which is good because you're taking hits, so you're going to lose a bunch of sanity from that. A little bit close, but that's good. Staggered him, so I don't have to worry about him. That's good. Wasn't quite enough to kill, which is why it's a good thing we had Rodion also attack Linton instead of dealing with the attack she's taking. They all exploded. So now we've got it, you're going for your... Oh, you're actually not doing it now. So we were actually given 3 turns that time round, it seems. So we're probably just going to be able to stagger you then. Go. We need sanity. No one in particular. Alright. This works. Probably shouldn't be clashing with Hong Lu simply because he's using a single coin attack. And you know, they're not very consistent because they can roll tails. Great knowledge is always going to do a lot of damage though, thanks to it being Envy. You're almost staggered. A Brawl Effect does the job then. Nice. This is a fun fight. Okay, you instantly recover because we brought you to the threshold, I presume. Okay, Mega Hindley phase. Good to see. Who doesn't love the Mega Hindley phase, as they call it? They call it that because the Hindley many. Okay, you need to win some clashes though. I can't really afford with you getting hit too much. We're gonna have to redirect that with someone who can't do anything too good here. Reception Arts is super good for us, so definitely use that. Reminisce, Reminisce, God. Illiteracy moment, it happens. So we need to clash you. Probably with you. You're taking a hit too, but that's fine. And then we'll just one-sided dusting, probably. Or we can clash with it. And we kind of want to clash with both of you, though, right? That works. Okay, unfortunately, Heathcliff is going to corrode here because of his passive. I didn't think that through. Yeah, he's got too much sinking. Okay, spend knowledge, 3 coin, lot of damage. Hindley just dies basically instantly. However, we've got a very scary Vav Ego headed our way. And I do mean very scary. Okay, luckily, Erlking is low. Go. Bunch of dead rabbits, henchmen's, excruciating rage. Interesting. What is that? Okay, it's just the deep bereavement. I see. Hitting most of the enemies. I think that'll probably be good. Reason why. See, you're being hit. I guess the one that's not being hit by the mass tags, we should probably redirect that one. We'll have, like, you do that. Otherwise, they're pretty good. Unclashable. Target explosive wrath deal 100% less damage. 25% more damage for every surviving ally. Okay. Simple enough. We've got explosive wrath, luckily. It is super cool how he just cannot move with this ego. He's just locked in place, and all the enemies just come directly towards him. It's a cool effect they've definitely messed with a little bit in the past, but it hasn't worked, like... It doesn't feel as impactful as it's here, right? Okay, a lot of damage to allies and stuff. We did kill most of the minions, though. I think the only one that hasn't been killed is the one that we have Rodion dealing with. Who Rodion just killed that one, so that's good. Yeah, you shouldn't do any damage to us. You will trigger sinking a lot and stuff, though, and you will stagger people who are on the brink, right? Okay, nice. Nice. We're gonna bring him past the next stagger threshold. It counted as staggering him, but I don't think it actually did. Yeah, no. Okay, and you don't have anything left, do you? Is the last passive? New passive 70%, 35%. Oh. I was putting the encounter every status effect. Well, that happened a little bit ago, I think. Whoopsies for not noticing. It happened. Seems good enough. I'm singing count with the Remise. Get his SP low so that he's going to lose all his clashes, as we like to see. Although you got some tails, so you didn't maintain the singing count as we'd like. That's fine. Okay. Does he have to finish the job? I think he does. No, not quite. Oh, he's at 1 HP. Oh, no, he isn't. That was just a coincidence. Yeah, Catherine. Back. She is forever lost. Her consciousness is broken, scattered to 1,000 pieces. Shut up. You'll have to do much worse to make me give up. Ah! Heathcliff the Erlking falls to his knees. We were less than 10 paces from the rooftop. We had to stop him from going up the stairs no matter what. I wasn't expecting that. He is bound. I cannot hold him with these chains for much longer. Neutralize the target as soon as possible. The Merso assist! That's insane! I wasn't expecting the Merso assist. If anything, I would have expected like an Ishmael assist or something, right? Since she's been, you know, egoed. But I guess that's why not. I'll knock that wretch unconscious. It's one of my many lesser-known skills of butlers to keep their foes neutralized. Dante, our foremost priority should be finding out who it was that showed the Erlking Heathcliff about Heathcliffs and Catherines in every world. The one who opened his eyes to the mirror worlds. I see now. Faust, you only have the potential to know all things, not the knowledge of all things. If that statement pertains to me, then yes. But that is... I suppose I'll find out when it's your turn. One thing at a time, Faust. Let's think about this from the very start. Oh, I didn't even use the branch power, whatever. Understood. The very first question we must ask is how Catherine suddenly gained a keen interest in studying the mirror worlds. Considering that she had led a relatively normal life before Heathcliff's departure, this behavior seems highly irregular. So it's pretty much a given that there was someone acting behind the scenes, egging her on. Indeed, someone who handed the mirror to Catherine, leading her to create the library. Someone who had to have invited Erlking Heathcliff to this manor. It must be someone close to Catherine. Someone who she heavily relied on. It's Mirror Catherine. It's other Catherine. Executive Manager, if you would allow me to voice a few suspicions. Do you recall what Nellie said when we first discovered the golden bow in the basement? There! Is that the golden bow you were looking for? Right. She did say that, so she knew. Are you putting suspicion on Nellie? Executive Manager. We couldn't have known that we were actively seeking the golden bows. We never shared that information with her. The only thing she should have known at that stage is what Catherine's will stated, that she was leaving the golden bow to Heathcliff. And when we encountered the dead rabbits in the corridor, she claimed that the word on the street is that we must be wary of dead rabbits with red eyes, but as you are well aware yourself, in the street, their eyes would not have had any color. Oh, right? She wasn't even at an angle where she could see their eyes. It can only mean that she was already aware of that fact before we encountered them. Nellie. Don't let Nellie anywhere near Heathcliff. Or we were too late. Now ascend to the rooftops, Heathcliff. Nellie, why are you talking to him? You still not understand. It was Nellie who invited me to this manor. He summoned me here, gave me information I needed to utterly destroy that fool Hindley. Oh, and it was Nellie who introduced me to that girl, Isabella. Do not ask me why, for the answer is quite plain. Because we are both tired of enduring. Erlking Heathcliff, now freed by Nellie's hand. No! Disappeared to the rooftop of the manor. Oh boy, yep, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Nellie was very sketchy, that's for sure. Felt that her getting a fight was kind of destined. Life stolen. We're still ascending the staircase, and we still have a fairways away. We still haven't fought the Abnos. That's the thing, right? Like, hard to say. Well, we've still got plenty of time left in this episode. So we press on. 10 turns. EX this one. We've EX'd everything so far, right? Yeah. Does this one not have an EX? It's just clear stage, I see. Cool. Clear within 10 turns, one enemy. I think we're just gonna fight Nellie here, then, it seems. Nellie! You betrayed me? This manor has never been on your side, not even once. And Heathcliff, I find it rather vexing that you would use the expression betrayal. Heathcliff slowly approaches Nellie. I can't imagine the level of betrayal he must be feeling. This is probably why they saved the Nellie ID though, right? Oh. Tell me. Tell me why. You've really changed, Heathcliff. The old you wouldn't have bothered to ask even a single question before swinging that big club at my skull. I'm asking because it's you! I really have to destroy even our childhood. Heathcliff, what are you most afraid of? I wasn't afraid of the ghost that Miss Catherine claimed to have seen. I wasn't afraid of the tempest that sometimes shook this manor, or how violent Mr. Hindley would get when he was drunk. Until one day, I became afraid. I became afraid of an old woman whose heart and body were aged beyond their years. I was that old woman, an old woman who suffered because of you, Heathcliff, and Miss Catherine in every world. Round and round you and Miss Catherine went, both plagued by the hatred, the misunderstandings, the terrible obsessions. And I, in every world, was always dragged under that wheel of destruction, suffering and struggling to my last haggardly breath, again and again and again. The worst thing was that all of us were ignorant of our doomed fates. I hadn't even an inkling that the two of you were consuming every minute of my life, little by little. So, I showed it to her, too. I told her that it was a mirror shard that showed the beholder whatever their heart wished to see. The glass shards can make countless cracks in the hearts of humans. It shakes the very foundation of one's existence. It really does. Like, the knowledge of mirror worlds can suck the meaning out of every struggle, everything that one has worked for their entire life. Because you could just have a mirror world where everything you ever wanted was handed to you on a silver platter, right? And plants the seeds of doubt in their heart. Doubts about the very path one seeks to take in their life. It's enough to make them attempt to meddle with themselves in other worlds, believing that it is the right thing to do. If someone has shown Nellie that mirror, then that must have been precisely their intended outcome. Yet, a mirror technology that allows for such a high degree of interactivity must be... Then, everything began to unravel all on its own. She conversed with someone on the other end of the mirror for a long time, someone who was suffering as much as she was, herself. Then the laboratory began to take shape. Oh, she mustn't have known even in her wildest dreams. She never once doubted me, even as she closed her eyes forevermore in that coffin, as naive as any other sheltered child, a caged bird. I suppose it wasn't only naivete, but also her own temperament. She was the kind of person who always had to be the center of everything. But please, do not deny every memory we've shared together. The pity I felt for you as they abused you, wishing that you would live your best life, a life better than anyone else's, were all my honest feelings. Okay. We're still gonna have to beat you to death, though, unfortunately. This is why they saved the Ryoshi ID for so long. Why they didn't do it this week. Uninvited. They're staggered enemies. Prioritize staggered enemies. Okay. That's a little rude. Butler's Mark. Used to raise attack weight of certain attack skills. Interesting. Butler's Mark. It's not showing us the mass text, though, but assumably target and everyone hit by mass attack, she'll have, like, weapons where she's gonna have a giant knife attack. She's gonna have a giant knife throwing attack, and it's gonna be really funny, isn't she? That's what the building too. Like, I now understand. You can redirect that. Cool. That's the best you can go for. Reminds me that you can go for something a little bit riskier. You're gonna spread out immediately. You can go for the evade then. It might beat it. I don't know for sure though. Yeah. We'll run this. It's all about winning a decent bit of clash to start out with, and also we'll be constantly draining her sanity by inflicting sinking, lots of sinking, so that'll be nice. She's probably got good stuff for increasing her own sanity, most likely. Okay, nice. Managed to break the evade. I'm kind of relying on the tails. But that's fine. Cool. That was the only clash that was actually like not great chances of winning, and we even won that one. Yeah, very good start to this fight already. And you're already negative 32 sanity. That's pretty good. We're not doing a lot of damage. Do we unlock new passives? Not yet. But are you going for one like a funny mass attacky thing? Not yet. I guess it'll be a couple turns, right? If we were really to be smart, we would reduce the amount of people that could hit by Butler's Mark. Why is there an exclamation mark at the beginning of Overwhelm Interloper? I don't think there should be. I wonder if there's something we're supposed to be seeing there. But it is just not showing us, right? And we can't say. Who knows? Receiving Arth won the hunt. Reverse Receiving Arth won the hunt. Funny skill names. You can't clash anything, so everyone else is gonna need to be on clash duty. You can clash that, Not great, but it's the best you can do. Fragile bind, target to 3. Okay. You can handle that, I think. We don't have your passive active yet, so not the best thing, but that's fine. We'll probably just go for this. I could get you to 3 insight. I don't think it's too important, though, right? Would be nice, though. Meh. I think I'd rather just win Clash to get her sanity up. A little bit more helpful a lot of the time, right? Especially the excruciating study is super good for inflicting sinking count. 4 sinking count with the first coin, and it's also 2 sinking count with the 4th coin. And then if we get a lot of heads with expend knowledge, it will be very sinking neutral, I should say. Since every head inflicts 1 sinking count. And you're low sanity, so we're managing to win this. Yeah, nice. Unfortunately, we had to clash them as sandy's a little higher now. Kinda gotta be careful we don't build up too much thinking on Heathcliff like we did that last fight and have him corrode. You're panicking here, so that's nice. Can we get more Echoes of the Manor off this turn? We cannot, unfortunate. Right. Exactly equal to the number of enemies with Butler Mark. Okay. If target its speed is faster than the main target by 3 or more, inflict slash resist down. Slash power plus 8 if target has Butler's Mark. Okay. I mean, I think I should probably just Land of Illusion that then. That's probably the best play. Yeah. Seems like it. Clash that. You cannot clash that. I target is Butler Mark, clash power plus 10. Oof. So I guess Heathcliff has to deal with that one. Yeah, Puddle Stomp it. That'll work decently enough, right? I think so. And then you're on beat evade duty. On evade, gain 1 more slot just for the next turn, 1 time max. That is a scary evade. But I think we just gotta send it against the evade, especially. That's fine. You're close to being staggered. Darn, there's the evades. You get the slot up. We should stagger you here, though, right? It really looks like we should. Yeah, nice. Cool. So we don't need to worry about using Land of Illusion here anyways. That's fine, though. It's a net neutral sandy for Honglu, so I'm not too concerned. Nice. And we'll do some good damage this turn. Old Hagley Woman's Stance. Her body and mind spent, weighed down by time and sinking into history. Who will talk to Nelly? Blue modifier plus 10. Okay, yeah, that's our only chance. And you're high sandy, so yeah, not great odds. Odds there. First envy of anticipation. She gave me a mirror, most beautiful, most alluring. It was as gorgeous as a lovely manicure. And I shudder, caught by an ineffable emotion. She mutters in a cold, detached voice. There I saw the kind of life that was laid out before me. Perhaps the sword in her voice distracted Heathcliff. The change that exploded from Nellie's suitcase wrapped around his entire body. I refuse to be bound by you and the mist. It's done. Against 2 fragile next turn, that's fine. Snapping of light, god. Really, just being able to have the speed of enemies when you need is super good, because there's going to be a lot of times where enemies just have really good speed and there's not much we can do. Like, imagine having this power in Railway 4. Which I assume we will. I assume this is just a permanent thing we get. I wonder if we go to earlier fights if we'll get it, if we go to the Mirror Dungeon. I kind of don't know about that. Might be rough for the Mirror Dungeon runs if I'm just going to have some screen button in the top right. And I want to try and avoiding spoilers. Yeah, we'll see. New passives. Binding technique. All binding technique under 2 expires when this unit is staggered. So binding technique. Turn end increased by 1, gain binding equal to value. 3 plus becomes staggered for the rest of the encounter. Does not expire. Oh boy. We gotta be really careful about that. Although she's not inflicting it, doesn't seem like. Like, even though it was worded like she was doing that on Heathcliff when he failed the check, she didn't. Favored, hopeless, dominating, nice. We'll do that. Get our passives to trigger, always good to see. Do a little bit of dusting here. I think this was a 10 turn EX, right? I think so. So we gotta go a little bit fast. So many out turns it's been, it might be a little close. I mean, we just need to do like, what, 200 or so damage a turn, and we basically are set, right? It's pretty doable. Okay, you got the dodge, rude. We're winning all of our clashes still, though, so, you know, nice sanity. And I assume she's gonna go for a binding technique here. There's binding technique, inflict binding technique. Oh, you just got it. Wait, is it a passive thing? After the unit gains a new pattern and after turn binding to turn target without binding technique next turn. Alright. We kind of really can't let you clash against that. Good to know. And you're gonna constantly just be losing speed, basically, for the rest of the fight until you get staggered, until we stagger you. Alright. Got enough speed that we can redirect everything. That's good. This looks good, yep. Should be solid enough, right? When she's got Echoes of the Manor and negative 45 sanity, she physically can't roll heads. So it makes a lot of clashes super consistent for us, especially since most of our people are pretty high sanity. Okay, I guess she... Oh no, she's got sanity, never mind. That's only against abnormalities, right? Silly mistake. So no, she still always does have that 5% heads chance no matter what. It's only abnos that are immune to that. And unfortunately, because once again you were the one to deal with the dodge, she is going to get another slot next turn, that's fine. He goes at max sanity. I might want to just bind with him next turn or something, just so we can use it right. Get some sanity down passively. You've got it now too. Clash uses target binding speed, binding technique expires. You can't clash it. Even if we have your speed, you can't clash that. So you've got to be the one to clash here, and you should be able to win that, so that's good. You get rid of yours. Unfortunately, Faust is going to have to accept that she is going to be bound. How much we can do. Attack rate equal to number of enemies. Is that alright? Spread out this. It should work well. And I might just... Pathos Mathos that, right? It seems good. Haven't been needed to eat. Oh god. Okay, we still win those. That's good. That was a little scary to see. Especially because we really wanted to get rid of that binding on Gregor. Unfortunately, we lose Faust until we stagger Nelly now, don't we? Oh well. We've reached 3 binding technique. Interesting gimmick. You gotta be really careful, otherwise you will lose your sinners for a pretty notable length of time. Why do you have chains on you now? Is it like the binding technique thing? Is it because we broke the binds? Are you gonna get staggered or something because we managed to break the binds on someone? Is that gonna be the next passive that gets revealed? That's my guess, I guess. Nice. More sanity gain for Suncliff. Excellent. Just what we wanted. You're dodging, so you're gaining more skills. Once again, really not doing too much damage to you either. That's fine. Yep, you're staggered, and we can't unstagger you. You've been marked again. You can break it immediately, though, right? Yeah. So it's not that big of a deal. Unfortunately, this means because of the evade, we cannot redirect everything, and you prioritize people who have been staggered. Yeah, a lot of it's falling into place exactly what your shenanigans consist of, which means you can't clash anything because your speed isn't good. You can clash anything either. Probably as good a time as any to activate this. Get your speed down so we can actually redirect things, right? It's worth it. See its effect as well. Cool. I'd let one of the weaker attacks be the ones that go through, like our receiving arts the hunt. Yeah, that's fine. I think this is as good as it'll get. And we should be able to save Faust's life thanks to lowering your speed significantly, thanks to the Sapling of Light. It's gonna be weird saying that. That's a new entire mechanic. Like, it still isn't fully set in. Like, I'm probably gonna get more soon, I presume. We're gonna get, like, more golden bows, and then we're gonna unlock the new mechanics. Would be surprised if we're just gonna get more of them, like, soon, just so we have more, right? Okay, expend knowledge should get the stagger. And then we should be able to finish her off, right? Next turn. And because you got staggered, we get Faust back. Never mind, huh? I thought it said it expires when... Oh, it does not expire. It values it... when you recover from stagger or something? Alpine technique under 2 expires when the unit staggered. Oh, I see. I misread that. We've genuinely just lost Faust for the rest of the fight. Good to know, good to know. Well, let's see how much damage we can do here. Want to get rid of the new icon. I also haven't been checking to see if these people have, observation logs, but they probably don't. I went back and checked, because, Erlking Heathcliff didn't have it when we fought him originally in part 2 of the Canto, right? Okay, this won't quite kill, but it'll get close. And it's turn 10 exactly, so that's nice. It would be a shame if you're going to brutally murder Faust. Not if we brutally murder you first, though. If she just falls into a corpse, that would be so sad. Hopefully she doesn't. Okay, that's good. I was worried it was going to be a dies in the actual fight type deal. That's good, that's good. Miss Catherine was difficult from time to time, but I do not wish to deny that even the times we've spent together. I even miss the late Mr. Earnshaw Sr. from time to time. No, I never lived a life full of hate, animosity. I am just struggling desperately to change my destiny. To get here, I worked myself to the bone, trained and worked harder than anyone else to become a chief butler. Move. You still endeavor to reach the rooftops? I must tell you that it is a fruitless effort. That other Heathcliff is already there. And that is how this tale shall end. This is the better ending, isn't it? You two couldn't even summon the smallest courage to talk to one another. Stop it. You two always believed everything I told you, without even one iota of doubt. Every little twist, every little nudge I made in my tales, taken as truth. No, miss. He hasn't sent you any letters, though I am quite certain that he must be living a good life somewhere out there. She is the one that burned them after all. How cruel. I'll send the invitation, miss. It's still that same Heathcliff who didn't even bother to write you, but when he sees this, he'll have no choice but to return to the manor. Well, I don't recall her ever opening a letter. Which is true, yeah, she burned them. Seriously, once she has her mind set on something, no one could convince her otherwise. No one. You admired more people than you could imagine in your business. Yet you do not even talk to one another, nor do you ask questions. Do you really believe that you even deserve to move on, with such slothfulness? No more. This tale ends here. What does that mean? Do you have a plan? Are you gonna force it to end somehow? I don't like the sounds of that, so hopefully not. You did the most this time around, fair enough. Expression of love. Well, might as well do one more. Nellie was right. Heathcliff the Erlking had already disappeared into the rooftops. The only chance Virgilius gave us. The awakening I managed with my clock. The very last of Heathcliff's hopes. Yeah, it's over. Another flash of lightning. Endless vortex of colors mixing into a sludge. A splash of gray paint over the heart of that once gleamed violet. A splash of bloody red paint. Splashes of faded colors. Again and again, until there was nothing but blackness. Unseen by all, unnecessary to anyone, the color of the pitch-black night. The color of the back streets. Another power outage. Huh? Where did Heathcliff go? Yeah, he disappeared all of a sudden. What are you talking about? I'm right here. A predictable ending, is it not? He returned to the back streets, the place where our dear Heathcliff belongs. They can't see him, huh? Poor Heathcliff. Once again he turns his tail, tasting nothing but defeat and despair. What did you do, Nellie? Stop. Stop it. I don't want to hear any more of it. Pitiful, isn't he? He would not have changed one bit, no matter how much time he spent in your company. Look at Heathcliff the Erlking, Heathcliff the Devil. The very same end that awaits Heathcliff. I disagree. You probably can't hear a thing I'm saying, but I still do. Because I'm hurting. Don't want to be here anymore. I must marry Linton in the end. It is a part where I have learned, apparently it actually genuinely is just like a Shrek situation when, like, then as soon as Heathcliff walks away, Catherine's like, oh no, actually, it's just something out of context. Because it would degrade me to marry Heathcliff now. Oh, bloody hell. It's this memory again. Kathy and Nellie must be talking about me in that room. Ah, I have to get out of here. If I had to stay and listen, my heart will crack and fall apart, until it completely shatters. And this bloody clock noise is back. It could only mean that time's passing, no matter how much I suffer. But would waiting, letting time pass, change anything? What difference would it... Fine, I'll wait a little. So shut up and... Marrying Linton would give me the means to help Heathcliff. I could make him a better person. So he must never know the immense love I have for him. Oh, he realizes, no, this time, I don't want to shut this open door. I'm still scared, terrified even, but... Kathy, I'm sorry. I've disappointed you, because I was too afraid to hear your true feelings. I know, this future that will never come true. Not for us. I wrecked everything with my hesitation. Hurt more than just us. I hurt Nellie, too. I have to start fixing the things I've wrecked. Because I don't want my Heathcliff to live the rest of his life in regret. That is why, despite everything, I want Heathcliff to forge on to the rooftop. Oh, those flowers bloom in places like desolate moors or steep cliffsides. We're gonna get the name reveal of the flowers. So they may appear more lonely than anything else in the world. You want to know why I still love this flower the most? All other flowers lose their colors and fade as they wither away. But this flower, even as it withers and wilts, remains the same color. So when you're gone, I will dry these flowers and decorate my room with them. What, like make rings of them flowers? Don't say something so foolish. Why would I ever leave you? So stupid. I never once realized what she meant by those words. Everything you've ever said, Catherine, was an expression of love. Oi, I'm back! Heathcliff! Where the hell did you go? You blipped out of existence when the lightning struck and... Are you okay, Heathcliff? No, it hurts. Still hurts like hell. But I will move past you and make my way to the rooftop, Nellie. What? Heathcliff the Erlking will not be my future. You, him, you both had access to every knowledge, but made the same choices anyway. Not me. I'm gonna make a different choice. Thank you so much for looking after us, Nellie. It must have been very hard. Among the 3 individuals mentioned in Miss Catherine's will, Prince Hindley and Linton are now both clearly deceased. It can be said that, at least on paper, the ownership of Wuthering Heights has been transferred to Heathcliff. Oh, that's a funny bit, isn't it? Sweet, finally the owner of the manor has finally said thank you to Nellie. I'll give you a new future, Nellie. I'll give you freedom. So start writing as you will. Write your own tale, or whatever else it is that you wish to do. With that, Heathcliff left Nellie behind to begin making his way to the rooftop. Nellie collapsed to the floor, making an odd noise that sounded like a mixture of laughter and sobbing. I'm free to go? I've been freed? Then I can finally... The hell are you lot doing down there, fapping about? Come on up. For the first time, I really have no idea what you're thinking right now. Thinking? I don't really think that hard, mate. There it is. I just clearly know what I have to do. He does. That's all. God. Hearts unbroken. Yeah, there is no dungeon, it seems? Unless there is after all. Is he gonna make a fabric space? I don't know. Let's watch this cutscene and figure stuff out. Erlking Heathcliff awaits us on the rooftop. Just as Faust expected, the powerful and oppressive energy that surrounded him had only grown more ferocious since our last encounter. This must be because of the golden bow and the pure form of humanity. Heathcliff watches us stumbling up the stairs through our exhaustion. He lowers Catherine's coffin to the rooftop floor. What a sorry ending to this tale, is it not? You have no idea of the lengths I've gone to destroy both Hindley and Linton, how much I've pushed myself to the brink again and again. This is my own heaven. It is finally within my reach. Heaven? This is your idea of a heaven? Look again. You're in hell, right in the middle of it. When I heard the news of Catherine's passing, I began to see her face in all things. Even my very own face brought back her memories. Everything in the world became an unending reminder of who Catherine once was. A reminder of the fact that she once existed, only to be forever lost because of me. So, to breathe, to let my heart beat, I had to think of nothing but that singular wish. That burning, unchanging desire. My wish. Kill every Heathcliff in every world. Yes, that singular wish is the ultimate proof of my love. Through my campaign, I have seen so many versions of Heathcliff. Some grew wrathful, some begged for mercy for their lives. But in the end, they all admitted that they all had to perish for the good of Catherine, and willingly forfeited their lives. Found no pleasure in my work. How could I, when I made it my mission to slay those poor wretched souls, when all of them died so alone, unloved by all that is living, by the world? Did you know that no one ever weeps for Heathcliff's death? So the task falls to me to bury them, shed my tears for them, yet only silence shall attend my own demise. Also, I'm looking at the background right now. You can see like the skyline of T-Corp. Yeah, it's very weird looking, that's for sure. Freaky, very British. No, your method's all wrong. Of course, I would have given anything to make Catherine happy. Anything. But even you, who saw the possibilities of every world, missed something. What do you mean? You said that in every world, Catherine and Heathcliff were destined to be miserable, didn't you? But we could have been happy. We just missed that smallest key to happiness. No, no such world exists. Because of me. No, us, because of our existence, Catherine will... bloody hell. I'm telling you that it's got nothing to do with our existence. The problem is that I wanted to believe that it was. All I had to do was to get over my embarrassment. That little fear. I just had to scrounge up the smallest morsel of courage to open the door and talk to her. But how will you prove your theory when we have nothing left to prove it with? When my Catherine is long gone! Right. I can't change the past, like you said. I can't prove it to you either. Maybe none of this matters in the end, and Catherine might never wake up again, no matter what I do. But I'm here anyway, on this rooftop. Do you understand what that means? You, me, we're both wretches. I understand that. But I refuse to break like you did, leaping from world to world, seeking to kill everyone that you deemed to be the cause of that misery. No matter how broken my heart has become. Your speech rings hollow, Heathcliff, for the outcome is already decided. We'll end your life and leap over to the next world to do the same. Then what the hell are you waiting for? Heathcliff pulled the golden bow from the roof of the manor, where it was installed as a lightning rod. Your struggle is meaningless. You cannot destroy the golden bow. I can't destroy it, no, but I can stop it from working. You mean to kill me? You? No, I'll stab myself, just as you wish. You're... What? I see. I don't exactly understand why, but this golden bow being imbued with lightning is a necessary part of your plan, innit? What if I just drained its powers? That'd cock up your grand scheme, wouldn't it? Wait, how do you even know that, Heathcliff? I ain't educated, but you know I'm good at sniffing these things out. Heathcliff! Catherine, I'm back. Please, open the door. Why did you stab yourself? Is this how you wanted this to end? Because I need Kathy in every corner of this manor to hear my call. From what I've seen, the golden bow connects the hearts together. Look, I'm flying out of the seat of my trousers here. British to the end. What are you? Catherine has become Wuthering Heights itself. I don't understand how that happened. But if she saw the same mirror that Nellie and this git peered into, and if her heart was the same as mine all along, I feel like I'd know what kind of choice she made. Now that I think back on it, from the moment we set our foot upon this manor, Wuthering Heights kept pushing me away while the diary continued to soothe me. We were never honest. Kathy, both of us. Heathcliff, what are you talking about? Diary flips through its pages until it comes to a stop on the last page. Would you like to hear a story, Heathcliff? Long time ago, Josephine told me a little tale. She said that there is a deep, ancient river flowing beneath this manor. Well? Every architect said that it is not a good place to build anything, let alone a house. That nothing should ever be built atop this hill. Okay, not the well. Okay, I jumped to conclusions a little bit there. Deep ancient river, you know, it happened. Wuthering Heights was built here nonetheless, over the unseen Hypogean River. Ever since I was a child, I saw the ghost of my late mother wandering the halls of this manor. Nellie, can't you see that ghost? I told you, miss, there's no such thing as ghosts. Why don't you take your nap like I asked you to? Oh, mistress! Thankfully, I wasn't the only one who was seeing ghosts. Josephine knew that you would one day return to our side. That the river flowing beneath these lands will bring your grace back to this manor. That, should my duties at this manor be complete, you would allow me to drink the river's waters. And I've repeatedly seen that vision as I grew up. After Heathcliff left me, after I'd lost every will to live, Nellie brought me a mirror. Miss, I found an interesting mirror. It shows you some fascinating things. I suppose it is a magic mirror of sorts. I thought you might enjoy such an invention. Oh, in that mirror, I saw the infinite variations of Heathcliff and I. I pulled Heathcliff to the utter abyss of desolation. He grew cold and unhappy, mired in an endless cycle of misfortune. It was as though his fate was already written to be miserable. No matter what he did, he would always meet a wretched end. Do you see that? I see another ghost. Miss, you're still very ill. Please do not let the chill wind sicken you further. Why does that ghost weep so tragically? And why does she appear so familiar? I must gaze into the mirror again, Nellie. I wish to find that single strand of possibility where Heathcliff can be happy. So I gazed into that mirror night after night, night after night, until blood began to stream down my cheeks in place of tears. At the end of the ceaseless wailings, I found the Catherines who tasted the deepest despair. You are... No other Catherine weeps as terribly as you do. Not in any of the worlds I have seen. Because in this world, I am Heathcliff's murderer! We were just like you, desperately searching through every world we peered past the mirror. But in no world are Heathcliff and I together in happiness. Our tale always ends in tragedy. The suffering is all that remains. I have nothing to live for alone. I have no reason to go on. Very despairing voice acting, that's for sure. Why can't Heathcliff be happy? Why can't any Heathcliff be allowed even an ounce of happiness? There is but one answer. That we are the cause of his misery, because Catherine's existence is what brings misfortune to Heathcliff. Oh, every Heathcliff is miserable because of me. If I were to no longer exist in any world. Oh god, what a plan. Will every Heathcliff in every world find happiness? They're very much giving me the same vibes as, Herman's whole I want to destroy every mirror world type thing. Yes, he will. So, it's not too late. For the sake of every remaining Heathcliff in every world. And so N-Corp, Herman promised her that such thing could happen. Please invite us to your world beyond, so that we may kill you first. And move on to the next, to kill the Catherine of a different world. Again and again. Okay, so Erlking Heathcliff, but they got Erlking Catherine too. Then, only then can ever Heathcliff reach his own heaven. The heaven where I no longer exist. So Catherine's going around all the mirror worlds, killing all the Catherines, Heathcliff going around all the mirror worlds, killing all the Heathcliffs, it felt as though I was freed from a heavy yoke. It felt as though this was precisely what I was meant to do. Because I love every Heathcliff. Because he deserves to be happy. I have done as you ordered. I have used some of my connections in the back streets. Banker Mr. Hindley. Last I heard, he gambled everything he had away. God. So Catherine ordered Nelly, beat my brother into gambling so bad that he has nothing to his name. I want the manor. I want the deed to the manor. I used Nelly, who asked her acquaintance to bankrupt my brother. Then I took the ownership of Wuthering Heights from him. Don't worry about the results. We've done similar experience in the past. Former Ring researcher. It looks like one of those Uthi guys. One we haven't seen, though, so... very curious. It'll all work out as long as the laboratory is ready. Certainly, the laboratory will be complete as you have requested. The price is not a matter of concern. And, like I've told you repeatedly, this method will overwrite your identity with that of another. Which is to say that your body should be free of consciousness. We've learned from one of our previous experiences that full complete identities can be summoned only when the body is empty. So she's been primordialized. I installed a massive laboratory in her basement to invite Catherine to our world. I acquired the golden bow with Linton's help. However, to summon a fully intact identity is an incredibly power-consuming procedure. We need another golden bow. A single golden bow won't be enough to power it. Luckily for you, we have recently procured all the golden bow. Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, I had a feeling. The golden bow from Canto 1. Golden bow, once installed on the roof of your manor, will collect all the necessary energy and relate to the golden bow installed in the laboratory. You are so kind. What kind of payment do you ask in return? Not monetary, that's for certain. Instead, allow us to make a dough. That is all I ask. A dough? Yes, a pure, uncontaminated dough. Well, what are they going to do with a dough? Who would they want? Invite me Please, please. The experiment should be complete soon. Do we think Harmon wants like another Gregor or something? I don't feel like that would fit, right? I don't know. Who would she want the dough for? I guess we really don't know enough still. There's got to be someone though. Nelly, I no longer fear the ghosts, because all fear stems from the ignorance of its origin. Maybe that is why I was so afraid of talking to Heathcliff, because I could not know, nor could I understand his ever-distant heart. What I had thought to be just ghosts were just us from the other worlds. Suffering in wretched pain, yet wandering the manor still, determined to end my life. Now, after the lightning strikes 7 times upon your coffin, the path to the other world will open, summoning the Catherine you want from the other world here. Interesting. That's why it's specifically the 7 lightning strikes, because all 7 strikes need to hit the golden bow to power it in order to actually allow the other Cathy to come through. I am certain that Linton will be happy, because you are doing this for me, whom you love so much. Like, it's definitely like a poor Linton moment. I mean, he kind of deserves it, but at the same time, he just really loves Cathy, and it's very unrequited, that's for sure. Once this Catherine closes, that is it. You won't ever open your eyes again. I know. But it is not the end. I will always be watching over you, wherever you may be. Your word is my command. Everything shall be as you willed. He's making his weird pained expression again. It's like the only emotion he knows. Sweet dreams, my love. Oh, a dough of such high purity can become pretty much anything. What I seek lies beyond that dough, however. It's something more primordial, something at the far beginning of all things. For you, I present a different Heathcliff. Not your Heathcliff who left you without a word, and doesn't even care to return. Heathcliff who exists for Catherine, and only Catherine. And the river that flows beneath your manor will be of great help to the both of. Is it the well? I might have been right with that. It feels like it. It may be that your constitution lost forever, because the deepest river arrests them from moving on. Like, thinking it through, like, the well does have, like, it is mentioned in Lovecraft that there are several points where, like, the well, like, the river is kind of connected to the world beyond just Lovecraft, right? That's, like, stuff like the Black Forest is an obvious example, with the birds coming through the well. Is that going to be the case for the Abnos here? Do you think the Abnos in the manor just kind of arrived here? Were they not from Lovecraft? I don't know, they have egos. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Perhaps you would have a front seat to everything that is to transpire. Heathcliff to exist just for me? What are you talking about? And why am I watching all this happen? Where am I? Can anyone hear me? Don't you worry. We'll make sure that the summoning rituals are a resounding success. They're doing the gotchas, trying to see if they got the 3-star Cathy. And just in case you forget, remember to hold steadfast. Remember that all this is for the good of Heathcliff, whom you love so much. The clock turns to revive Heathcliff, who stabbed himself with a golden bow. Catherine! Eventually, Catherine from a distant world is slowly pulled from the coffin the other Heathcliff is carrying. The golden bow that impelled Heathcliff begins to return to whence it came. Back to where Heathcliff first tore it from, like it was meant to be. Oh boy. Ghostly Cathy. Every world, yep, the final thing, no dungeon indeed. Although I think this will be a good stopping place for now. It means that tomorrow we'll go through this final fight, this final node. There's still a lot to look at here, but I think it's mostly just, you know, because it's a copy-paste of the one from the other side, assumably. I don't know for sure, that's my guess. But that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.